black YouTubers in America, and the numbers behind these names are absolutely insane. A streamer who turned pure chaos into a global fortune by hitting 50 million subscribers live on his 21st birthday in Lagos, Nigeria. A creator who got rich by hiring other YouTubers instead of competing with them. A tech reviewer who quietly built a $20 million empire without a single scandal, a single beef, or a single apology video. Let us get into it. Number 10. Duke Dennis, $15 million. Let us open with the quietest climber on this entire list. Duke Dennis did not blow up overnight, did not ride one viral moment, did not manufacture drama for clicks. He just kept showing up. And somehow, that strategy that sounds almost boring when you describe it, made him $15 million. It started with NBA 2K gameplay, nothing fancy, just a guy with a genuinely magnetic personality playing a basketball video game. But here is the thing about Duke that most people miss. Viewers did not come back for the gameplay. They came back for him, the voice, the energy, the charisma. The game was just the excuse to spend time with someone they actually liked, and that is a crucial distinction, because games die, trends die, algorithms change, but personality keeps paying indefinitely. Today, he sits on over 2.7 million subscribers who treat his content like a daily routine. That loyalty became his first income engine through consistent ad revenue. But the real financial move happened when Duke joined AMP, Any Means Possible, one of the largest creator collectives on the platform, and this is where the thinking gets genuinely smart. Being in a group like AMP is not just about shared audiences, it is a full business ecosystem. Group sponsorships, merch drops, live events, brand campaigns. All of it generating significantly more collectively than any solo channel could produce alone. Duke went from being one creator fighting the algorithm to being part of a machine that feeds everyone inside it. Stack on top of that his fashion collaborations, paid partnerships, and appearance fees, and you have a man who monetized fame so quietly that most viewers have no idea how deep the money actually runs. No flexing, no drama, just discipline. Slow growth that turned out to be the strongest growth on the list. But the next creator built his fortune by doing the exact opposite, turning every single stream into a live event. Number 9. Kai Cenat, $20 million. Quick question. What is the difference between watching content and being part of a moment? That difference is worth $20 million, and Kai Cenat figured it out before anyone else. Kai did not turn YouTube into a stage, he turned it into a room. When you watch a Kai stream, you do not feel like an audience member sitting on the other side of a screen. You feel like you are actually in there with him, reacting in real time, riding the chaos as it unfolds. That feeling, that specific intimacy, is his entire business model. It is why viewers stay longer, come back more often, and engage harder than almost any fan base on the entire internet. He has over 6 million YouTube subscribers, but the subscriber count undersells him completely because streaming is where Kai operates on a completely different level. Ad revenue is just one layer. The real money flows through live stream donations, brand sponsorships, and exclusive platform deals. Every stream is simultaneously content and commerce. He gets paid while the show is still happening. And here is what makes brands line up for him specifically. Kai monetized culture itself. The celebrity appearances, the viral chaos, the moments you genuinely cannot predict before they happen. That unpredictability is the actual product. Companies are not buying his view count, they are buying his attention. And wherever Kai points the camera, the internet follows. Attention, when you control it like he does, becomes pure leverage, and our next creator took that attention and did something most YouTubers never have the patience or the strategy to execute. Number 8. DDG, $25 million. Here is a mindset shift worth $25 million. Most creators treat YouTube like the destination. DDG treated it like a door. He came up through vlogs and lifestyle content, the classic path. The fame came fast, But while other creators were upgrading their lifestyle with every check that landed, DDG was upgrading his assets. From day one, he treated content as capital, raw material to build something considerably bigger. Think about that honestly. If YouTube money started hitting your account at that age, are you buying the chain first or the property first? Exactly. That is why this list is short. With over 2.8 million subscribers, his ad revenue gave him a stable base. But instead of living off it, he reinvested it. Music, real estate, long-term plays designed to keep paying when the camera is off. The music career alone became its own separate empire. Streaming revenue, record deals, tours, an entire machine layered on top of his YouTube income rather than replacing it. And every single move had the same underlying goal: reduce dependence on any single platform. If YouTube changes the algorithm tomorrow, DDG eats. If music slows down, DDG eats. That is not luck. That is architecture. He also did something most creators completely miss. He deliberately built his personal brand around luxury and premium lifestyle, and that perception itself became a financial asset. When sponsors see him as premium, they pay premium prices. He literally raised his own market value by controlling how the world sees him. DDG planned his way to $25 million, and the next creator on this list got there by being the most gloriously unpredictable human being the internet has ever produced. Number 7. IShowSpeed, $30 million. On January 21, 2026, his 21st birthday, Darren Watkins Jr. hit 50 million YouTube subscribers live on stream. In Lagos, Nigeria, the entire internet lost its mind. Because IShowSpeed's story is not a YouTube story. It is something the internet had never quite seen before. A kid from Cincinnati whose raw, unfiltered emotional authenticity turned the entire concept of what a creator could be completely upside down. Nobody planned this. Nobody could have modeled it in advance. A kid with a webcam, screaming reactions. Emotion turned all the way up. Zero polish, zero filter, zero production budget. And somehow that exact formula made him one of the fastest-growing creators in the history of the platform. While everyone else was studying lighting setups and thumbnail psychology and SEO strategies, Speed was just being Speed. 25 million subscribers, which means his AdSense alone generates millions. In February 2026, he casually mentioned his monthly AdSense had dipped to $800,000. Casually, like that was a disappointment. But ads are actually the smallest part of the story. His real fortune in 2026 comes from live stream donations, his own signature Dragon Fruit Acai Prime hydration flavor, generating mid-seven-figure annual payouts plus royalties, a historic Doritos collaboration, one of the first times a digital creator has received their own custom Frito-Lay product, and global brand appearances that command hundreds of thousands of dollars per campaign, and then there is the reach. His Africa tour stream from Morocco peaked at over 418,000 concurrent viewers. His stream from Ethiopia generated between $20,000 and $50,000 in super chat donations in a single session. His Speed Does Africa tour generated 16 million hours of watch time over just 118 hours of streaming. This is not an American creator anymore. This is a planetary phenomenon. When sponsors work with Speed, they are not buying the United States market. They are buying everywhere simultaneously. IShowSpeed is worth an estimated $35 to $40 million in 2026 from a Cincinnati bedroom at 21 years old. He is barely getting started. And our next creator did the exact opposite, stayed in one place, did one thing every single day until the money became completely automatic. Number 6, Flight Reacts, $35 million. Flight Reacts never went viral. He became permanent, and permanent pays better than viral ever will. Think about how most YouTube careers actually work. A spike, a peak, a slow fade into the algorithm's graveyard. Flight skipped the spike entirely and just never stopped uploading. Daily videos, consistent reactions. The same recognizable personality, year after year after year after year. No reinvention arcs. No dramatic comeback story. No pivot to a completely different content category when things got hard. Just relentless presence. And over time, that consistency achieved something most creators never reach. It made him a habit. People do not decide to watch Flight. Watching Flight is just part of their day, something that happens automatically without a conscious choice being made. With over 4.8 million subscribers, here is where his model becomes genuinely beautiful. His biggest financial asset is not his next video. It is his back catalog. Years of daily uploads sitting permanently on the platform, and every single one of them still earns. Old videos from years ago are generating income right now while he sleeps. Non-stop. Passively. Without him doing anything. Most people work for their money. Flight built a library that works for him. Every past upload is an employee that never quits, never asks for a raise, and never calls in sick. Layer the brand deals, streaming revenue, and appearances on top. Then notice the smartest structural move. He redirected money off platform into investments, cutting his dependence on YouTube itself. His entire strategy fits in one sentence. Show up every day and let the system work. $35 million. No tricks. No hacks. No drama. Sometimes simplicity is the most sophisticated strategy of all. And the next man on this list realized that one person was always going to be the ceiling. So he built a system out of other people instead. Number 5. Funny Mike. $40 million. Here is the question that separates Funny Mike from almost every creator alive. What happens to your money when you stop posting? For most YouTubers, that answer is genuinely terrifying. The views stop. The algorithm forgets you. The checks stop coming. Funny Mike looked at that reality early in his career, back in his prank and reaction days, and came to one cold, clear conclusion. Views are temporary. Control is permanent. So instead of just growing a channel, he started building an ecosystem. The Bad Kids Empire. And calling it a creator group is like calling Amazon a bookstore. It is a full business structure. Multiple channels. Multiple personalities. Multiple content streams, all monetized under one umbrella brand that Funny Mike owns. His own channel, over 3 million subscribers, pulls strong ad revenue. But the empire is where the real wealth operates, because the brand became bigger than any single face on it, including his own. The genius is in the math. When one channel slows down, another picks up the slack. When one personality takes a break, the others keep producing. The risk is distributed instead of sitting on one person's shoulders. Most creators have one bad month, and it is a crisis. Funny Mike's empire does not have bad months. It has rotations, then stack the rest. Music releases, merchandise, appearances, constant cross-promotion between channels where every video advertises the next one completely for free. But his single strongest structural advantage is talent ownership. Funny Mike hires talent instead of competing with it. Read that again because it is the whole lesson. He went from being the product to owning the products. His empire runs on YouTube, but it is not trapped by it. And the distance between using a platform and depending on one is exactly what real financial power looks like. Our next entry already survived the rise, the peak, and everything that came after, and came out the other side significantly richer. Number 4, CJ So Cool, $50 million. Every gold rush has its perfect window. That moment where being in the right place with the right content is worth more than almost anything else. CJ So Cool did not just find YouTube's golden window. He climbed all the way through it. CJ comes from the era when family vlogs and lifestyle content were the undisputed kings of YouTube revenue. Pranks, reactions, luxury, cameras rolling on daily life, and audiences genuinely could not get enough. Timing did serious work here. During those peak years, ad rates on that style of content were extraordinary. With over 8 million subscribers and consistent viral reach, CJ's channel was generating millions from high CPM advertising alone, putting him among the top earners on the entire platform. For a specific period, YouTube itself was not part of the business. YouTube was the business. And that is usually exactly where these stories go wrong. Because eras end, algorithms shift, ad rates drop, audiences move, and creators who built everything on a single platform watch it collapse in real time. CJ saw that coming while the channel was still at its peak. While the money was printing, he was quietly moving it into real estate, brand deals, and off-platform investments. So when the algorithm changes hit, and when personal challenges arrived, the wealth held. Diversification was not a buzzword for CJ. It was survival strategy. His story proves one thing worth writing down. YouTube can make you money, but investments are what keep you rich. The platform gives. The platform takes. But a property portfolio does not care what is trending this week. And the next creator stopped promoting other people's products and started owning her own. Number 3, Jackie Aina, $60 million. Jackie Aina did not just build a YouTube channel, she made an entire industry sit up and pay attention. Through her beauty content, Jackie spent years calling out what everyone in the makeup world quietly already knew. Black consumers were being ignored, underserved, treated as an afterthought with shade ranges that stopped way too light and campaigns that never looked like her audience. She refused to let it slide. That honesty built something that no advertising budget on earth can manufacture: trust. Her reviews moved products, her criticism moved companies, trust became influence, and influence put her at the table. But here is where Jackie outplayed the entire influencer game. With over 3.5 million subscribers, she could have lived extremely comfortably on ads and sponsorships forever. That was the obvious path, the expected path. Instead, she launched For Our RX Mood, her own direct-to-consumer lifestyle brand. And that single decision changed her entire financial category permanently. She stopped renting her influence to other people's products and started directing it entirely into her own. Think about what that fundamental shift actually means. When an influencer promotes someone else's product, they get paid once. When an owner sells their own product, they collect the profit forever. Brand equity, ownership. These things compound in ways that sponsorship checks never will. And here is the structural detail that makes her $60 million so durable. Her wealth does not run on algorithms anymore. It runs on brand loyalty. YouTube could change every rule tomorrow, and her customers would still buy, because they are loyal to her specifically, not to a recommendation feed. That is what a genuinely resilient empire looks like. And the next name took that exact ownership playbook and scaled it until the number jumps by $40 million. Number 2, KSI, $150 million. Nobody, and I genuinely mean nobody, predicted that a teenager making FIFA commentary videos in his bedroom in Watford, England would one day be worth $100 million. And yet here we are. KSI, born Olajide Olatunji to Nigerian parents in London, started on YouTube in 2009, and the secret to his fortune is that he never stayed there. Every few years, the man simply added a complete new career on top of the existing ones. Gaming content built the initial audience. Then came music, real music, with a #1 UK album, charting singles, royalties, and sold-out tours. Then boxing, where his fights against Logan Paul generated millions in pay-per-view revenue and pulled in audiences who had never watched a single one of his videos. Think about how remarkable that pipeline actually is. People bought tickets to watch a YouTuber fight, then went home and became subscribers. Each new lane did not replace the previous one, it multiplied it. With over 24 million YouTube subscribers, the ad revenue that once represented his entire income became the smallest stream in his operation, essentially the loose change. But the move that elevated him into a completely different financial category was Prime. The hydration drink he co-founded with Logan Paul in January 2022 did not just sell. It became a global phenomenon. $250 million in first-year revenue, $565 million in year 2, a current valuation estimated at $5.5 billion. And here is the line that matters. Prime was not a sponsorship, it was ownership. KSI does not get paid to hold the bottle, he owns the bottle. In 2025, he raised over $10.7 million at his Match for Hope charity event in Qatar. In January 2026, he retired from professional boxing. His net worth in 2026, confirmed by Celebrity Net Worth and multiple financial publications, stands at $100 million, with his Prime equity stake alone potentially worth hundreds of millions more on paper. The platform was just the beginning. The rocket left a long time ago, so if expansion built 100 million, what does the number 1 spot look like? Try something money genuinely cannot manufacture. Try 15 years of being right.